Welcome home, brave heroes. I'm Ash, this is HeroQuest, and are you looking for a new way to make quests for your favorite dungeon crawler? Well, perhaps you're like me and you're a huge fan of HeroQuest Builder. Or perhaps you're one of the old school quest makers and you're using HeroScribe. Well, I'm here to say there is a third option now. A fourth option if you count the blank quest map in the middle of your game system's adventure book. A fifth option if you count the adventure design kit. Never mind that. Never mind any of that. This is QuestBooklet.com by Gravendahl Games. QuestBooklet.com is a free online quest building experience that is perfectly suited to making HeroQuest quests, and we may be able to see other dungeon crawlers and game systems here in the future. Now, this is the landing page for QuestBooklet.com. This is where you will arrive when you first visit the site, and there are tutorials on each page if you click the question mark button in the corner, which we will do now because this is our very first visit, as far as you know. Quest books. You're in the play section of our website. This is where all the quest books currently released are found. To the left is a quest book a user has created and released. You can click to view the details and download. Now from here we could exit the tutorial, check this out, or proceed in the tutorial. I just want to point out that this Rise of the Orc Warlord is a quest book released by QuestBooklet themselves. It is a 5-star rated quest. This is version 1. We've got attributes. There's one quest in this quest book, so very much just a demonstration of what you can do here. And it was released on November 2nd. This will also tell you when it was updated. It needs no expansions. It has a prologue, and there are further book details that we can check out by clicking here. You can see that this has had 11 downloads, and this is the kind of result that will pop up when you are using QuestBooklet to look for new quests and new adventures. Okay, let us proceed by clicking next in the tutorial flyout and sort by. You can sort the order of the quest books by choosing from these 4 sort methods: most downloaded, highest rated, newest, or updated. Next, expansions you have. By unchecking these options, it will remove quest books that require said expansion to play. That's very clever. So I guess when you are making a quest, you are able to put in which expansions the user is required to have. And other users who are wanting to play quests that don't need to have that expansion won't see your quest because they're trying to make sure they have all the assets to play said quest. And there's always proxying that's available. So of course, if the user wants to check those boxes, if it doesn't matter to them that they don't have the official rotating room and so on, they can do that. That's the end of the tutorial. So pretty simple. We are in the play section as opposed to the design section of the website. We can visit the YouTube, the Patreon, the Discord, or the Twitter. So those things exist if you'd like to follow them from here. And we can also sign in or create an account. Now I do have an account, so we're going to sign in and then we're going to check out the design area. But first, let us check out the book details of Rise of the Orc Warlord. It looks like QuestBooklet is the author and they've got their own profile image. I don't know if you'll be able to select your own or upload your own. You have to log in to download the quest, and there is a preview when you do click on the quest. So you actually do get a preview of the map and you get the quest description notes. That is really handy. So you can very quickly view whether or not a quest looks like it's going to be short enough or long enough or fun enough for your vibe for the table or the kind of party that you're running that night or that weekend. Really good. You don't have to download it to preview it. That's a win. That is a flavor win in my book. Okay, I've logged in, Amalgam Ash, registered account. That's me. I'm a goblin. We can change our avatar. Okay, so they are user selects. And of course, I'm going to stay a goblin because why wouldn't I? You can see my business email here, which you can always use to send me stuff, questions, whatever you like. You can change your password here and also change your username. I just changed my name to HeroQuest. That's more relevant anyway. Okay, I now have access to the design functions of the page. So we're going to click that. And you can see here, very simple, the design area, create your own quest book, and you have a list of your quest books, names of them, as well as how many total quests in each. You can click create new quest book, and you can click the tutorial button here as well. We're going to click Rise of Chaos since I did start to make something here before and see what it was that I made. The first quest was the Hand Eater's Lair. Yeah, I really need to edit the cover image, but everything else here is great. This is exactly the quality that you would expect from HeroQuest as it relates to HeroQuest. The Hand Eater's Lair was quest 1. It looks like I didn't make a map for it. I did. It just has a little bit of time to load in. The Hand Eater's Lair, there's a monster here, Bonkins. Now, I think this is a replica of the quest that I made on HeroQuest Builder. I did just use this to kind of test out the features and throw some monsters down and throw some assets down. And so not like a really serious quest or anything. I've even got like a text note that says goblin, and then there's an arrow pointing to a goblin. So that's pretty pointless, but it was just me playing around really. So we're going to go back to design, and we're going to go ahead and click create new quest book. And now this cracking unboxing of a website video just became a cracking tutorial. Let's make a quest video. Hurrah! Oh, we've got to make a name for this new quest. So we're going to call this, I can't say Rise of Dread because there's Rise of the Dread Moon already. We're going to call it, I can't call it Plague Tale because I don't have Skaven assets. We're just going to call it Monster Mash for now. This is for the video. Let us create. Yes, Monster Mash, which has no quests right now. When we click on it, we get the exact same layout because this is the view for the quest book itself, not just the quest. And we're going to click create new quest. Another name? Ah, crap. Yeah, I guess so. It's called A Bone to Pick. Let's add it. Now that we've done that, the quest name shows up in our quests list and we can click the quest name. Now we are able to edit the default quest map, which is always going to be blank, and edit our notes, which are always going to be blank. You can edit the wandering monster as well as the prologue, and you can change the name anytime. So really, you can use these little pencil pad icons everywhere to just edit absolutely everything. I could have done the same thing for the Hand Eater's Lair, but for legacy reasons, I'm going to leave it alone. So clicking the pencil icon in the upper right corner for the quest map, we actually get to the meat and potatoes of all this. This is the quest editor itself, the map editor specifically. And we can do what? Let's click on the tutorial button to see. Use this tool to draw objects on the map. I suggest drawing out the entire floor first, then doors, then everything else. Good advice. This drop-down provides all the objects you can draw on the map. A rotate button is visible here if the object you are trying to draw can be rotated. This tool is used to erase objects on the map. This tool is used to add room notes on the map. This tool is used to select objects on the map. And this tool is used to save the map to the server. This button is used to delete the quest. This can't be undone, so make sure you really want to do this. And we're pretty much done. We have floors selected and the pencil icon is highlighted, which means wherever I click, there is going to be a filling in of white. So let's go ahead and go all the way around this room. And we'll go ahead and add some hallway to that. And we'll fill in the top of this corridor. And we'll go around this room as well. Okay, this is going to be a very simple quest. So we're going to change to tiles. And we're going to go to blocked square. And we're going to make sure to put a block square here and here, here. And then I need a double block square there. Okay, very easy. It's just mouse around and click, point and click, point and click. Okay, but I actually wanted the innards of these rooms to be filled in with white as well, because these rooms can be accessed in this quest. So we're going to go ahead and fill in all of the squares with white. It's at this point, I could kind of see myself wishing for a fill tool, so I could just click on the room and it would all become white. I know that that would take a little bit of programming, but just to be extra annoying, let me click on the corridor and have all the corridors fill in, except for when they are blocked by these block tiles. Okay, we need doors now, and we have regular doors, secret doors, trap doors, entrance, exit, and bi-directional doors. Let's go with a regular door and then see what that looks like. Looks great. We can put our doors all around. I would like to rotate a door, so I'm going to put it here, then click the rotate button. Doesn't look like it rotates what's on the map, it rotates what's on my cursor. So that is a very different feel from, say, HeroQuest Builder. I'm going to delete the door I've placed down, go back to draw, and click rotate, and then I know that the door is going to be sideways before I place it. It's going to be horizontally oriented, or the doorway itself is going to be vertically oriented. So that's handy. That's going to work out just fine. We'll put the last door here just because. And then we're going to go to secret doors. Go ahead and put a secret door in that room. Then we're going to go ahead and click trapped door. Oh, so the trapped door is filled in with orange. Really cool. Right clicking actually places the asset as well, and then allows you to save the image as. And speaking of saving the image as, it actually saves the image of the quest map that you are building. Wow, that is cool. It is immediately a ping image. Nice. Okay, let's erase the trapped doors. I don't actually need those on the map. And then go back to drawing. We're going to put an alchemist's table in this room. We're going to put a bookshelf in this room, and they're already oriented pretty much the way that I want them to be, which is nice. We'll put a chest in this room. We'll also put a trapped chest in this room. We'll put a cupboard in this room. We'll put the fireplace in this room. We'll put the torture rack in this room because who doesn't like to sit in front of the fireplace while they increase the tension on the chains that bind their tortured prisoner. Finally, we'll put a sorcerer's table in this room here. Don't have any tables yet? Well, I'll go ahead and rotate and put a table in this room. So you can come in here for some light reading. Okay, I want a weapons rack. I'm going to go ahead and whoops, that might happen a bit while I'm getting used to things. You have to click on the origin tile of the asset you put down, if that makes sense. So when I put down the weapons rack and then I click to delete it, I can't just delete like the right side of the middle. The origin tile that draws out the rack is right here on the left side. So that's what deletes the rack. So we actually need to turn that so I can put that like here. And we are looking fantastic. It's looking really, really good. We'll also put the tomb in this room. We'll put the tomb here, and I'll go ahead and remove the door and put the door in a different place. Now, I actually like what I've done so much that I'm going to put the trapped door next to this door here. When you open one, the other one will open as well. We need letters for quest notes. It doesn't seem like we have that just yet. I'll have to do a little bit more digging to see how I can annotate my own map. For now, let's put some goblins down here. You're gonna immediately have some goblins, immediately have some orcs, just clicking, just pointing and clicking. Really nice, really handy. An orc in every room. And then skeletons, we're just gonna go ahead and put 4 skeletons in there. So that's the entire game system's worth. I do need an entrance door, and the entrance door is really handy because it's got that lovely arrow right above it. We're going to click and put that right there. That's great. The rest of the game system goblins just going right down this corridor. And that is it. Now, you may have noticed here, monster properties has popped up on the side. The type of monster is a goblin, but you can actually change the name. I can type in bugbear if I want, and I can have show name be true. And that is how you get things to point, names to point to the monster. So these specific monsters can have names like Golrag, or I guess Snot Towel, or something like that. And then show name true will point out that this is the special goblin, perhaps a boss, perhaps an NPC, but this is Snot Towel. That's Snot Rag. Snot Rag is actually like perfect. I don't know, maybe that's a Snotling name, but there are no Snotlings in HeroQuest, so Snot Rag is going to do just fine. That's Snot Rag. There's nothing different or special about him. He's just got a name because he's allergic to the dungeon and he's constantly blowing his nose. So that's the only differentiation there. Okay, we can click on HQ to choose which system we'd like to use. HeroQuest is the one selected now, which means we have access to all of the assets that would be necessary to create a HeroQuest game system quest. Let's go ahead and click on Mage of the Mirror, just because I want to show you what happens. Are you sure? This expansion quest pack is not currently required to play your quest book. Do you want to include it in your requirements? So you get a lovely notification that, hey, you didn't specify that this expansion was required and you're trying to access the assets from it. So are you sure you want to do that? We'll have to add it to your map and quest book details. So yes, require it. The expansion is now required. Lovely detail. We can click that, and now we have access to all of the stuff that comes with. You can see HQ has become MM, and we have access to all of the assets that come with Mage of the Mirror. I clicked back and I lost my quest. I honestly, dumb move. Make sure you save your quest often. My map has been saved to the server, but it's blank. Okay, I just rebuilt my quest from scratch. No big deal. Hitting save now. Saving. Saved. Your map has been saved to the server. Now we can get on with the other features of this lovely quest building system. Let's go ahead and click notes. And what do I have access to? Ah, that gives me the notes. Okay, so just clicking on notes puts an A following my cursor. I can go ahead and click right there. And now our properties box on the right-hand side has changed. Our ID is note 0, type A. Note update text. We can click on this to update the text. this notes will be listed under the map. It looks like we have the option to select the left or right hand side of the typically 2 columns of quest notes underneath. I think I'll click on the left and I will say A. This is where the heroes begin their adventure. Click save, and I can continue to place A's if I want. I'll go ahead and place one there and I'll change it to B. Okay, so you can click wherever you want and then just change the letter to whatever you want on the fly after you've placed it down. So we can update the text, and that just brings us the text that we already had started. So B, this goblin is Snotrag. There is nothing different about him from the other goblins. Then you have to place your letter quest note down first before you can change its type. Like, you can't just change the type and then stamp it down. If you change the type, it'll actually change the last letter that you did stamp it down. So C, and we'll update the text. And I can go ahead and update the text and include C, D, E, F, G, whatever I wanted to do here. I don't have to place the letter down to include what the letter means. I can go ahead and edit the above text as well. But all I want to do now is save this. Something that you do need to get used to. Go ahead and select the ogre from Mage of the Mirror, since I already included it as being required, and I'll put the ogre in the secret room. And that's pretty much all I want to do. I'm going to save it and then back out of this. Back to A Bone to Pick's quest page. So if you just click the back button, I've noticed this will become blank as if you've lost all of your information. Just don't click back. Even if you do, it doesn't mean that you've lost all your information. It just hasn't refreshed. So just refresh the page. The name is still A Bone to Pick. For the prologue, I guess I'll just type in some gibberish. Beware, heroes. There are monsters. Of course there are. There always are. Go do what you do best and get rid of them. All of them. For glory or whatever. The wandering monster in this quest is, and this is where things can get really fun, all of the wandering monsters here from the Mage of the Mirror as well as the Frozen Horror are available, and you can select more than one if you wish. Like, I know in some quest systems you have where 2 orcs might appear or 2 chaos warriors. Well, you can go ahead and just have yourself a combination, like 2 orcs and 1 zombie. All 3 of these can be the wandering monster. Let's do skeletons, since skeletons and orcs are predominant in this quest, and hit save. Let it save to the server, then you'll see your quest notes are down here, your wandering monster, your prologue. Everything looks fine and complete. There are no buttons to click to save. It looks like it's all in order. Let's go back to the monster mash. Actually, what happens if we click the download button from here? You can download. It looks like letter 8.5 inches by 11 is the only option. That's fine. I hope that there is an option for those. I think it's A4. This is just a very, very slight difference in size for our EU friends. Download, and then that will actually save as a PDF to wherever you'd like. So when you are ready to view it, which we will do now, you will see this lovely iteration of your quest on what should be a perfectly printable quest book page. And you see the left-hand column was formatted with my quest notes. I didn't have anything in the right-hand column. All of my preamble text was included. The wandering monsters were specified. The map was drawn. There is perhaps a little bit of blur when we are zoomed in this far, so let's zoom back out. That is Quest 1, A Bone to Pick for my nonsense campaign. I am going to get serious and start designing the actual campaign that I wanted to. I do need a way to access custom monsters because, like every other HeroQuest homebrewer ever, I've got my own set of monsters that I want to add to the game system and write the return of Zargon after 30 years of slumber. The author of this site, QuestBooklet.com, is Gravendall Games, and Gravendall is very, very open to all kinds of feedback. So if there are tools or features that you would like to see or access to certain assets, absolutely jump into his Discord server and let him know. And over time, I really hope to see the front page of QuestBooklet.com filled to the brim with your quests. When I get serious and start building my campaign, I'd love to do that sort of thing live. So I hope that you'll all look forward to that and join me if I haven't already done it by the time you see this video. So that is it for my introduction of QuestBooklet.com. I hope to make quest and campaign content on this website for the channel and for you guys to check out. And I would love to check out your quests and campaigns as well. So if you've made anything here, just shout me out and I will come check it out. And if you'd like to follow me on my quest design adventures, be sure to subscribe to HeroQuest right here. It's free, it's fun, it's educational. I'll make all of your wishes come true. It worked for Pedro. Thank you so much for watching. Comment anything you'd like down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, have a great rest of your day, and onward, brave heroes.